This vintage photograph captures two neatly dressed children standing beside a raccoon held on a small leash. The animal's alert expression contrasts humorously with the children's solemn poses, offering a glimpse into a time when unusual pets and candid outdoor portraits created charming, unexpected family memories.
This rare glimpse into a Victorian Edwardian home reveals a family in full comedic motion. Children climbing, playing, and causing gentle trouble, while the parents look on with amused resignation. Far from the stiff poses of the era, this scene shows the warm, messy, and endlessly human side of family life. This candid 1981 street scene shows a young mayoral hopeful engaging directly with Burlington residents, handing out flyers and speaking with quiet conviction. Surrounded by supporters and homemade signs, the moment captures the humble, grassroots spirit of a local campaign built on community connection and personal engagement. This striking 1947 photograph shows New York City completely overtaken by a massive snowstorm, leaving cars stranded and streets transformed into icy corridors. Streetlights glow against the snowfall, capturing a rare moment when the vibrant city slowed to a quiet, frozen standstill. This 1956 photo captures Pablo Picasso in his Cannes studio, confidently standing amid canvases, sketches, and ceramic pieces. The room overflows with color and experimentation, reflecting the restless imagination that defined his career. It's a rare glimpse into the vibrant environment where his groundbreaking ideas came to life. This 1968 photo shows a demonstrator being restrained during the San Francisco state protest, demanding broader ethnic studies and fair faculty representation. It reflects a turbulent era when students challenged academic inequality, facing heavy police response while pushing for lasting institutional change across American campuses. This circa 1963 photo shows British actress Barbara Roscoe cooking while using a hooded hairdryer at home, an amusing collision of domestic life and beauty routines. The image reflects the rising popularity of electric appliances and the playful, stylish spirit that defined mid-century household culture. This June 1962 photograph by George Barris captures Marilyn Monroe laughing in the California sun, appearing carefree and glowing. Yet behind the charm and cinematic sparkle lay deep emotional struggles. Just weeks later, her life ended tragically, making these images some of the last joyful moments ever recorded. This 1955 photograph captures the quiet anticipation between a father and his young son. The boy stands expectantly, unaware of the tiny kitten tucked behind his father's back. The scene radiates warmth, innocence, and the timeless joy of simple surprises shared within a family.
This 1945 photograph captures a former concentration camp prisoner pointing out one of the guards known for brutality. His striped uniform contrasts sharply with the guard's military attire, symbolizing the immediate shift in power. The image freezes a raw moment of accountability as survivors confronted their tormentors.
This July 1945 photograph captures Soviet troops arriving at Belaruski Station after the Battle of Berlin. Packed into rail cars marked "We are from Berlin," The soldiers reach out to civilians, welcoming them home. The scene reflects relief, pride, and the emotional release following Europe's devastating final battles. This 1959 photograph captures students at a New York barber school learning to shave by practicing on a lather-covered hot air balloon. The foam flies as they work, creating a humorous yet practical exercise. The image highlights the quirky, hands-on methods once used to teach precision and control.
This playful 1923 photo captures a group enjoying an early radio beach party, complete with swimsuits, ice creams, and a gramophone blasting music. Their carefree energy reflects the cultural shift of the Roaring '20s, when new technology and rising leisure culture transformed simple outings into memorable social events.
This still from the 1921 silent film Through the Back Door, starring Mary Pickford, shows a young girl sitting beside a loyal dog and a patient mule, their backs turned to the camera. The trio gazes down a dirt road, creating a tender, almost poetic image of companionship and innocence. This 1947 photograph captures a humorous tavern moment. A man naps at his table while the bar's cat eagerly inspects his unattended beer. Surrounded by framed photos and dim pub charm, the scene offers a lighthearted glimpse of everyday life and the mischief that happens when no one's watching. This photograph captures teenage Alice Doherty with her family in the early 1900s. Her face covered by a rare genetic condition that caused extreme hair growth. Despite the era's challenges, the portrait reflects dignity, resilience, and the quiet strength of a young girl growing up visibly different. This 1894 photograph captures a group of anglers aboard a boat in Palm Beach, Florida, standing behind a long line of freshly caught fish. Their confident poses reflect the excitement and prestige surrounding early sport fishing, a pastime that blended skill, endurance, and the thrill of open sea challenge.
This 1979 photograph shows Roger Moore relaxing in a Venetian gondola, exuding the suave confidence that defined his career. Surrounded by the city's ornate architecture, he appears perfectly at home, blending refinement with movie star ease. It's a snapshot of elegance, travel, and the magnetic charm of a Hollywood legend.
Captured at the Tiffany Club in 1954, this rare photo shows Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe enjoying an animated conversation. Monroe famously helped elevate Fitzgerald's career by advocating for her to perform in top venues. Their shared laughter here reflects both friendship and a powerful moment of cultural history. This 1957 photograph captures Fidel Castro and his rebel fighters convening a makeshift tribunal deep in the forest. The scene reflects the raw, improvised justice of the Cuban Revolution, where suspicion, loyalty, and survival collided. The peasant stands alone, facing a process shaped by turmoil and shifting revolutionary power. This powerful photograph shows a German soldier finally returning home in 1956 after long years in Soviet captivity. His son, who was just a year old when he left, now meets a father he barely remembers. The crowd's silence, the boy's stunned expression, and the father's gentle touch create a timeless moment of reunion and humanity.
This photograph captures a rare moment of awkwardness during the 1943 Tehran conference when Marshal Clement Voroshilov presented the Sword of Stalingrad to President Roosevelt. Before Churchill and Stalin, the prestigious gift slipped from his hands, briefly breaking the formal atmosphere with an unexpected and unforgettable mishap.
This quirky photograph captures a man traveling in a homemade goat-drawn cart, an inventive personal vehicle from the early 1900s. Such improvised transport reflected rural creativity and practical problem-solving, turning everyday animals into indispensable companions for mobility, chores, and simple joys in a slower, more imaginative time.
This late 19th century photograph captures a group of Western male travelers dressed in women's kimonos, a light-hearted custom among visitors to Japan. Such portraits were popular souvenirs, reflecting curiosity toward Japanese traditions and the era's fascination with cultural exchange. Their relaxed poses show a mix of fun, novelty, and discovery.
This 1944 photograph shows German soldiers operating a specialized railroad plow in Italy, a machine designed to tear up railway lines during a retreat. By destroying vital infrastructure, German forces aimed to slow Allied movement and disrupt supply routes. The image captures wartime engineering used in the final years of World War II.
This early photograph captures a stubborn Victorian child perched on an elaborate chair, clearly unimpressed by the formal portrait session. The ornate furniture contrasts humorously with the child's stern expression, offering a charming glimpse into everyday personality and unfiltered childhood moments from a more rigid era.
This striking portrait shows Michailo Toloros, a Greek Orthodox monk said to have lived 82 years in complete isolation from women. Raised on Mount Athos after his mother's death, he spent his life in deep monastic seclusion. His image reflects unwavering devotion and a life defined by spiritual discipline.
This 1890 photograph shows the body of outlaw Rube Burroughs laid in a coffin, armed with the very weapons tied to his crimes. Authorities displayed him publicly to prove his death and discourage further lawlessness. The image captures the rough justice and grim realities of the Old West. This striking image captures 3 Ethiopian men saluting a large portrait of Benito Mussolini shortly after Italy seized Addis Ababa in 1936. The moment reflects the intense propaganda efforts of the occupying forces, who attempted to project power and control during one of East Africa's most turbulent eras. This dramatic 1977 image freezes a split-second moment as a bank robber aims and fires at a surveillance camera in Cleveland, hoping to destroy evidence. The blurred motion, smoke, and chaos highlight the danger of the scene, offering a rare, raw glimpse into a real robbery in progress. This photo captures a curious amphibious prototype presented during a U.S. military equipment exhibition in World War II. Surrounded by officers and spectators, the machine reflects the era's relentless drive for inventive solutions on land and water. It stands as a reminder of the creativity and urgency that shaped wartime technology. This unusual vintage photograph captures a child sleeping peacefully while a person in a bizarre, handmade mask poses behind the bed.
Likely staged for humor or early experimental photography, the image mixes innocence with unsettling whimsy, creating a haunting yet strangely charming glimpse into past playful creativity. This 1945 photograph shows Marines of the 5th Division advancing up the deadly slopes of Red Beach No. 1 on Iwo Jima. Surrounded by drifting smoke and relentless enemy fire, they struggled inch by inch toward Mount Suribachi. The scene captures the harsh, unforgiving reality of one of WW2's fiercest battles.